How did the Vikings make sails? We all know that the Vikings sailed the world, from Newfoundland in modern-day Canada to what was then called Constantinople. From the Baltic to the Black Sea and almost anywhere in between. So how did the Vikings sail these vast distances in an age without electricity, solar, wind, steam power, or even an internal combustion engine? In this episode, I will be focusing on the sail and the amount of work it took to produce it. The fragments of Viking sails that archaeologists have discovered shown that these sails were made of two different materials, flax and wool. Each has a distinct advantage and disadvantage. Either method was not only time-consuming but needed a significant amount of people power. Flax is extracted from the skin of a flax plant. This fiber makes a perfect sail that is strong yet relatively light. However, use of this fiber took time. This was not seen as an efficient material for the sail, as the plant had to be tendered and ripped before the fiber could be extracted. Furthermore, Scandinavia has a notorious climate and the weather is not that constructed for the growth of plants or crops. Wool was the mainstay of the Viking society as it provided great warmth and easy to clean. However, compared to flax, it may be heavier in weight but has elasticity and does not rot. The use of wool for a sail quite literally involved the whole community. Wool production became an important collective focus of Viking society as families band together to produce enough wool to make a sail. It was estimated that about 400 sheep were needed to provide the required amount of wool for the sail of a Viking ship. Selective breeding was used to ensure sheep with sturdy and hardy wool, perfect for the climate condition of the harsh North Atlantic world. These sheep, found on islands of northern Scotland, the Faroe Islands, Norway and Iceland, provided a perfect wool. They had a sturdier outer layer, perfect for waterproofing, while the inner layer was perfect for insulation. The 6-step process for making a sail. First step, rowing. Families reared the sheep and in springtime rooted the wool. Sheep naturally shed their wool in springtime, so families simply pulled the matting wool from the sheep rather than shedding it. Second step, treating. The wool was divided into 2 layers and then treated with a little fish oil. Third step, spinning. The wool was then spun, mostly by women. This was a laborious process and needed a high level of skill. Fourth step, weaving. After the wool was spun into yarn, was then weaved. Fifth step, soaking. The fabric would be placed near a timeline and weighted down with stone to create a large lump of material. It was then stretched into squares and dyed. Sixth step, final treatment. Finally, the fabric was treated with a coat of horse oil to waterproof it and fill in any gaps in the weave. It has been estimated that it took as long as 2 years for a Viking sail to be made on a smaller boat, while for a Viking warship it would take as long as half a century. However, the high quality and sturdiness of the sail endured that it could last for multiple decades. Thanks for watching this episode. Your support means the world to me. Please give my page a follow to keep up with my latest post. And don't forget to hit that like button and share my contents with friends and family. Thank you for being a part of my journey.